This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
I got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and Dave fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your
It's
hosts,
very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott.
You're Dale.
Am I?
Well, waiting for the music to end. Yes, you are Dale.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it says on your name tag. Welcome to another edition of the Swish Edition, y'all.
Woot woot.
So happy that you are here. We're excited.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Can I get a woot woot? Can I get a ha ha? Can I get a what? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're talking about the pop culture stuff that's making the rounds this week.
That's right.
We're not going to talk about collapsed buildings. We're not going to talk about Olympians that turn their back on the flag. We're not going to talk about anything controversial. We're going to talk about the pop culture stuff.
There you go.
Yes. So this is June 29th, 2021. This is episode 324. We're getting up there. I want to talk about, we're going to start the show by talking about Britney. It's Britney, bitch.
Free Britney.
Free Britney. Everyone's getting behind this. Although a lot of people are getting...
We don't know the whole story.
Well, we don't know the whole story. But let's just say this, that just today or yesterday, as we were getting ready to do the show, there was a lot of shit going around on Instagram and Twitter about the people that aren't getting behind Britney. People who have collaborated with her before in the past. How come Christina Aguilera? How come Madonna? How come all these different people have not spoken out? This is the kind of stuff that I hate. It's like if you don't speak out on every friggin' issue known to man, that you're somehow a hater. Listen,
But then if you do, you get shit. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right. Well, I've never really done a Black Lives Matter post. Does that mean I'm against Black Lives Matter? No, of course not. But just because Madonna didn't do a Free Britney post doesn't mean that Madonna is against Britney.
Right. And
it's ridiculous for people to call these people out and
actually,
for their silence.
It's fucking bullying. It's
cyber bullying. And I'm so over it.
I've stopped doing social media a long time ago.
You really have.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad for all of us.
It's bad for everybody.
You know, the only reason, and I've told you this before, the only reason I've not stepped away from Instagram and Facebook is because of our podcast and because of my books.
Oh, I still have Facebook, but I don't post anything.
But I do it because of my books. I'm trying to promote my books. I'm trying to promote our shows, and that's the reason I'm on social media. But I really would love to step away because I think it's a toxic place. Talk about toxic. I mean, that was one of Britney's songs, right?
Right.
Anyway, Britney, if you guys have been living under a rock, you probably don't know that Britney was in court this week. She basically publicly said for the first time that she's over this 13-year conservatorship that she's been under. Mm-hmm. She has apologized publicly and on her Instagram and stuff for pretending to be happy when she wasn't. She was not happy about this situation. She was basically forced to be happy.
Right.
And one of the revelations that came out this week is that her father forced her to wear an IUD to keep her from getting pregnant with her third child when she really wanted to have a third child.
My thing about this is, like I said, we don't know the whole story. We only know one side. We only know the Britney side, which if you just have that one side, it seems horrible, absolutely horrible. However, if this is a person who has a, what do you call it? Like a mental dilemma, you know, she may need some help. then just change the person who's in charge of her.
Right. I think
Obviously, that is not working.
I think it's obvious that there was something going on 13 years ago when she had her
Well,
breakdown and
I've
she
also
cut her hair
heard-
off.
yes.
And, yeah.
Yes, but I've also, this thing about her father and her mother, her family, has been going on prior to the conservatorship.
Right.
So to give him full control over this person, maybe it just needs to be someone else.
This is where
Maybe she needs help,
yes.
but it should be maybe someone else who doesn't necessarily have, who should not have a financial interest.
Agreed. An independent
Right.
body of some
Exactly.
sort. This is a prime example of when family really isn't looking out for your best interest.
No.
And she basically said a couple of years ago when she left her Las Vegas residency at Planet Hollywood, she's like, I'm never performing again
Do you blame her?
as long as you are controlling my life.
Right.
not-
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't line your pockets.
Yeah. She's already worth $50 million. She already flies private wherever she goes, but
And-
she has enough money.
And you know what I saw on YouTube the other day?
I don't.
And I don't know how it came up in my feed because I'm sure it's some algorithm.
Yeah.
But I saw the 90s Kids Incorporated video.
Kids
Incorporated.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears when they were like 13 years old.
Right. No, she goes way back. I mean, wasn't she a Mouseketeer? I mean, yeah.
Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears,
Christina
Christina
Aguilera.
Aguilera. All of those people were on
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Club or Kids Incorporated.
Right. No,
I mean, that was the American Idol of the day.
yeah, but it goes to show. I mean, we've talked about this a lot in the past. These kids who are forced into entertainment industry at a very, very early age seem to get really fucked up by it. I mean, we've seen this over and over and over again. Justin Timberlake seems to be an exception. He's done fairly well for himself.
Right.
But a lot of these kids who were forced into these, productions and these shows when they were tweens
Right.
have not fared as well.
Well, they don't have good management, but you also
Right.
know about the infamous, what is it, the 27 Club?
What's that? Oh, the committing suicide when you're 27.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain, and there's like a whole thing of the 27 Club.
Like that. I don't
Yeah.
like that at all. Well, apparently Brittany has surpassed that. She's 39. So
That's true.
I'd like to do a little reclarification of something that we talked about last week. I know that you guys don't listen to us for like the uber facts. We're not like, you guys should never listen to us for like the golden rule.
Please don't.
Right? Please. We're not the end all of end all.
No.
But I did talk about something last week. We talked about Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun.
Actually, I will preface this
Do
with
it.
saying we've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot.
Because I've also read these stories too, and it's actually quite enlightening.
All right, so we talked a lot last week about Taylor Swift getting fucked over by Scooter Braun, and I kind of hated Scooter Braun because of this.
Right.
But now I've learned a little bit more. I did a little bit more research. Scooter Braun, of course, produces Justin Bieber,
Right.
Ariana
Ariana
Grande,
Grande,
a
yeah.
bunch of other acts. He is basically saying against her is that, listen, I did buy these masters. I bought this company. So he bought this company. I forget the name offhand. But
Big Machine.
I bought Big Machine, which owned the original masters from the first 6 albums of Taylor Swift. So all of a sudden, Scooter Braun became the owner of this. But he says he actually reached out to her and said, I'm willing to offer these to you if you want to buy them. And then she refused to negotiate because of the reason she didn't want to negotiate was because he wanted an NDA attached to it,
Right.
which said that if you buy these back, you can't talk negatively about me in public. That was his only stipulation.
That was the stipulation, yeah.
She didn't like that idea. She didn't want to be silenced, censored.
Right.
So she said no. He said fine, I'll keep it. And he eventually ended up selling it to another company called Shamrock for $300 million. So he doesn't even own it anymore.
Right.
So last week when I was talking about him owning it and controlling it, he does not.
Not anymore.
It's been passed on.
Right.
It's been a couple of years. He's not even involved, and he wishes her well. He loves her. He thinks she's a great artist. He wants her to do well, and he doesn't give a shit that she's re-recording all of her albums.
No, he has no interest in it now. But this is also another thing of he said, she said. And you don't know what side
we don't know
to believe. Know. But I feel like this is business. I also know that Taylor Swift had a big. She was not a fan of Justin Bieber, and I think that anything that came with that, she just hated.
Yeah.
And I think that came from her being really good friends with Selena Gomez. I know a little bit about this.
Yeah, and Selena Gomez and Bieber broke up, and yeah, it was a big mess.
It was this whole big freaking mess. However, with that said,
soap opera.
Taylor Swift, I've heard, is a bitch.
We've heard that, but we don't know.
Yeah, you can look at it.
She's also gone through boyfriends like we go through toilet paper.
And she's a bitch.
Yeah.
You gotta there's one thing that, yes, everyone has boyfriends and girlfriends in their lives, but when you go through as many and you make as much songs as many, then you have to look at yourself and say, yeah, I'm the common denominator in all of these.
Yeah. Maybe she's the problem.
I like her. I like her music.
Right.
I don't want to date her.
And I'm actually getting behind her new remakes of her original songs.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah.
These types of stories, I don't want nothing to do with.
Okay. So maybe we should stop talking about it. What do you want to talk about?
No, not that I don't want anything to do with them.
Want to talk about Justin Bieber's hair?
Is that it might be gossip for a show.
Yeah.
But she's fucking great. She could sing a phone book.
Yeah.
And be awesome.
All right. There we go.
Like, I really dislike Ariana Grande, but the bitch can sing. Like,
she can sing.
God damn.
She can sing.
Like a fucking angel. The girl can sing.
And I don't know if we talked about it on this show, but you and I watched the Miley Cyrus concert.
I've watched that
Peacock
100 times.
Guys, you guys have to watch this concert. And it's a Pride concert. It's an hour long. But it is so friggin' great. It doesn't matter if you're gay or not.
Ariana
you can be
Grande.
straight. I'm talking about Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, yeah.
The concert is amazing.
Yeah, Stand By You.
Yeah, she sings her own song. She sings some covers from Madonna and a bunch of other people. And it's really, really great concert.
That was probably one of the first televised concerts that I enjoyed from the first minute to the end.
Yeah, it was really well done.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And maybe it has a lot to do with the fact that now Miley is sober. She's given up alcohol. 4 months now.
Yeah.
She's been sober. So I don't know. She's not sticking her tongue out as much as she used to.
That girl has a voice, and this raspy thing
that
I love on girls. That raspy, like I've been a smoker for 15 years. I love that voice, and she has it, and she can do anything with that thing. And the songs, the covers that she chooses to sing, which are primarily from the 80s, which I love, you love, and she can do them. It's like if you closed your eyes, you would never know it was freaking Miley if she did it. The girl can sing.
So if you guys have Peacock, you can watch Miley's concert.
Oh, I recommend it. You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
Stand by you.
It's a great concert.
Hey, you always need to check out the goods. You always need to check out the goods before you get married. I love this story out of India. Have you heard this story?
I haven't heard this story.
So a bride-to-be in India refused to go through with the marriage after she discovered that the groom had weak eyesight and needed glasses to read a newspaper. I find this so friggin' ridiculous.
I want to say that India and maybe a couple of other Asian countries still have this practice.
The marriage was arranged by the families involved, according to a report from the Times of India last week. Arranged marriages are still common in the India subcontinent. I didn't know that, but apparently they are.
Yeah.
The bride's family reportedly paid a dowry to the groom, which included cash and a motorcycle.
Wow.
I didn't know you could get a motorcycle for marrying someone, but I like that idea.
I just thought it was goats.
Right? The plans were laid and the wedding day arrived, but over the course of the day, the bride and the women of her family noticed that the groom was wearing glasses. Suspicious about this, the family decided to perform a test.
Oh my God.
They asked him to read a newspaper without wearing his glasses. When it became clear that he couldn't, the bride's family decided to call the ceremony off. The bride's family demanded the return of the dowry, including the motorcycle, God damn it, and expenses that were incurred in arranging this friggin' marriage.
Wow.
Of course, the groom's family refused, saying this was absolutely ridiculous, and the bride's family called the police. Listen, you're not going to marry a guy because he wears glasses?
Yeah.
Did you check out the size of his dick? I mean, that's the first thing I would do.
I have also recently, not that long ago, maybe a couple of weeks, read a story still in India that a bride and groom arranged marriage were set to get married. The bride, whatever happened, had a heart attack, died on the wedding day, and the family arranged to marry the sister.
I saw that too. It's so
Because
friggin' unbelievable.
It's all about...
It's so interchangeable, love.
It's all about money and family and status.
It's so stupid.
It's crazy.
Is it not the 21st century? What
I mean,
friggin' world are we living in?
I mean, we think it's weird, but this is common.
It's common and very disturbing. Very disturbing.
Yeah, we think it is.
Check it out, people. At least try out. I mean, check it out before you decide.
You wouldn't get married based on dick size?
No, not dick size, but I would want to at least have sex with you before I marry you to see if we're compatible that way,
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Right? I mean, come on. It's just so stupid. We're stuck in this ridiculous cycle, and it's so stupid. Get over it. Get over it, people. I mean, your match should not be arranged by your mom and dad.
God, no.
It should
God,
not.
no.
It
I
should
couldn't
not be
imagine.
arranged by someone
Married
else.
some woman now.
It's so stupid, right? I could be married to Karen Carpenter. No, she's dead. All right, I want to talk about the Matterhorn. Oh, not the Matterhorn. This is news out of Hollywood that Disney is making a Tower of Terror movie. So, Disney has been on this kick of making movies about their rides.
Yeah.
And it's all about getting...
You want to watch them, which I think are stupid.
No, what if I watch? Which one of these?
Because they're not out
watched?
yet. Remember that whole behind the scenes thing that's coming soon?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch a movie based on a ride.
No, it's weird.
Okay. So Disney has decided to make a movie about Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And Scarlett Johansson is involved. Black Widow herself.
What the fuck do? You just ride. It's basically a fucking elevator. Is all
It's
it is.
an elevator.
I've been on this
It's
ride.
an elevator that drops.
It's just an elevator that drops down.
The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror ride was rethemed in Disneyland, so it's not even there in Disneyland. It's not in California anymore. They made it Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
So
I've been to the one in Orlando.
Right. All right, so the one in Orlando is still there. The one in Tokyo, apparently, is still there. And then they also have one in Paris at Disneyland Paris. So those ones are still intact. So I guess there are people to watch this movie who have been on this ride. I've been on the ride, too. I've been at it at Disneyland before they made it Guardians of the Galaxy. Right. Anyway, I think it's weird that they keep doing this, but they're also making a new Haunted Mansion movie because the Eddie Murphy one from about 10 years ago sucked balls. Jungle Cruise with...
Wait.
Wait.
I've been to the Haunted Mansion in Orlando.
Uh-huh.
It had nothing to do with fucking Eddie Murphy.
No, I know that. But you do not know that Eddie Murphy made a Haunted Mansion movie about 10 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will say that the Haunted Mansion that's at least in Orlando, when I saw that as a kid, was probably the most spectacular thing that you could ever witness.
It's amazing. And
it's freaking amazing at the time that I saw that as a kid to have these 3D figures somehow be projected
into your car.
I mean, you're riding this ride and you look down the window and these people are dancing around, these ghosts are dancing around the table.
Yeah.
What Disney can do is pretty freaking amazing.
Right. So they made a movie out of it with Eddie Murphy, and it bombed. And so now they're doing it again. They're making a new one. I don't know many details.
You make a movie about a ride. It's stupid.
Well, that's what the whole point of this segment is, how stupid this is.
I'm with you now.
But However, they are making a movie, and it's coming out later this year. We've been talking about it for a year now because
I like this one.
Jungle Cruise
It looks pretty cool.
with The Rock.
Yes, and it looks really, really cool.
It does look good. Yeah, and it's got Jim's wife in it.
Yes, I can't think of her name.
I'm saying Jim because he's in The Office and he's
Right.
married to this British chick who was in The Quiet Place with him.
Right.
And her name is...
Scarlett Johansson.
That's not her.
No,
but, we know who we're talking about.
But yeah, we know who we're talking
She was
about.
also on The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes, that is
Yes.
it. And I will say that we've seen some first footage of this.
Yes. Amazing.
It's really, really cool.
looks really
I
good.
like the way it's filmed, and I want to see it.
Yeah, it's also a day and day. Disney
Yeah,
is doing.
it's gonna be-
It's going to release in theaters and on Disney Plus at the same time.
Right, so it's going to be $30 rent.
All right, exactly.
$29.99.
Eventually, it'll be free. So if you just hold on, you'll get to watch it.
Hold on.
But listen, I don't discount Disney for doing this or belittle them for doing this because look at what they did with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
It's a $1 billion franchise for the company. They've made 4 movies. They're about to make a 5th. They understand that their rides make money. So they're trying to get the next Pirates.
I'm not mad
I
at
don't
it.
know that any of these will be Pirates. I mean, what's next? The Matterhorn bobsleds? I don't know.
They're going to be pirates?
I also wonder if they're going to do the Tomorrowland nursing mother's bathroom. I mean, is that going to be a ride?
The only thing I don't want is This a Small World, because I can't go through a fucking movie with
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world
after. I can't do 90 minutes with that.
And you and I are not singers.
Hey, that sounded good for a second.
It did. We were harmonizing a little bit. All right, hold on.
And now for something completely different.
So AMC wants to put the zombies aside.
Good.
They've spent a lot of money by buying up the rights to Anne Rice's vampire series. Kind of excited about this
Are
because
you?
I've been a longtime fan of Anne
'Cause
Rice.
I did not like the first Interview with the Vampire.
So Interview with the Vampire was Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
Right.
You did not like that movie?
I did not.
I thought it was awesome.
It was weird.
All right, so it's now going to be a series on AMC Network. They acquired the rights to 18 of Anne Rice's books,
Okay.
including the Vampire Chronicles and the Mayfair Witches series. So we're going to get witches,
I like
we're going to get
witches.
vampires,
I like the witches.
and it's being brought to you by the guy behind Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul,
hey.
Mark Johnson. So we do like Mark Johnson.
Yes.
We like his productions. So will he do justice to vampires and witches like our friends did with the zombies at AMC?
Right.
So The Walking Dead is
Wait.
coming to an end.
And
This
you were-
next 11th season is the end.
Right. And you were never a fan of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Not necessarily not a fan, but
I
I just
absolutely
never
loved them.
I never got into it.
Loved
So-
it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it.
So maybe he'll do well.
That
Maybe-
I actually bought them. I owned them.
Right.
That's
so
how much I
maybe
loved
he'll
it.
create something that you really like.
That would be great. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds awesome to me.
That could be fun. Okay, so he's Dale is excited about this.
I just said it. You talking to me like I'm not even here.
No, I'm just reiterating what you said for the fans who might not understand what you're saying.
That was awesome.
How about a farewell party for Tab?
Okay.
How about a farewell party for Tab?
Okay.
All right, so I'm very, very excited about this.
Have the drink.
Yeah, just
Okay.
go with me.
All right.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but Dale and I are taking our Jeep Wrangler,
Rubicon. JL.
We're driving from Delaware up to JFK Airport, right on the tip of Long Island.
Yeah.
We
which
are
is
going to be-
just stupid, by the way.
We're going to be staying at the TW.
Nobody wants to fly out of that fucking airport.
Would you stop? We're going to the TWA Hotel at JFK. I'm very excited about this. I've wanted to do it since they opened. We're finally doing it. This is a hotel that's built in the original TWA
Yeah.
concourse at JFK. They've turned it into a hotel. It's very retro. It's very cool.
It's really super cool.
Ken, there's a Jean-Georges restaurant there.
Right.
Which we're eating at. We already have a reservation for
And not
dinner.
only that, like one of the coolest things, and you and I are not pool people,
No.
but the freaking pool
Infinity Pool.
overlooks the tarmac.
Right.
And you could just sit there and be lounging in the pool, and you're just watching these freaking airplanes land and take off.
Well, in our hotel rooms,
amazing.
the hotel rooms look out onto the concourse.
I'm happy about this.
I'm so excited.
I just
about
don't
this.
like the airport.
All right, so we're going to JFK. We're staying the night. We're eating at Jean-Georges. But here's the thing, is that they're having this wonderful celebration of Tab Cola until they run out. So I don't know if you guys know, but Coca-Cola Company created Tab back in 1962. And they decided this past year to stop production of Tab.
Yeah.
Basically, you guys know this. It's a diet drink, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have any real sugar in it. Basically, it was supposed to be Diet Coke. But they decided that it wasn't good enough. It wasn't Coke-like enough to beat Diet Coke. So they decided to give it its own name.
I've only had one or two. I can't even remember what it tastes like.
Do you know what TAB stands for?
No.
Totally Artificial Beverage.
Wow.
Totally Artificial Beverage. That's what TAB stands for. Diet Coke didn't come on the scene until 1982, I understand.
Wow. I didn't know that.
In the end, they were only making 3 million cases of TAB a year versus 885 million cases of Diet Coke. So basically, Coke decided, you know what, there's no point in making this friggin' drink anymore
Right.
just for this very few people that are drinking it.
Right.
So we're going to stop. So as of December 31st, 2020, they decided to stop. But the TWA people were very excited about this because the TWA concourse at JFK was built in 1962, which was the same year that Tab was invented.
Tab was born, yeah.
So they went out and bought as much fucking Tab as they could.
I like this.
And they're now,
I like this.
every day at 7 o'clock, they're having a Tab happy hour.
Yeah, so we're going to have Jack and Tabs.
Jack and Tab at 7 o'clock
I
at the
freaking love
TWA
this.
Hotel
I'm having
at JFK.
One. I'm freaking having a Jack and Tab.
We are having one. I mean, how fucking cool is
how
that?
great could this be that this could actually take off and like Jack and Tab is like a thing now. Like it rolls off your tongue at a bar. It's like, yeah, I want a Jack and Tab.
But what happens when they run out? Because they're not making
You
it
got to
anymore.
get Coke to make more.
They're going to have to bring it back.
It would literally
Why
cost.
would-
It would
why
cost.
wouldn't they bring it back?
It would cost Coke literally nothing.
Nothing.
To bring Tab back in small quantities. You make enough for the United States, but you don't have to produce 1 billion barrels of this shit. You just need enough for the fans, and you do it in certain locations. And you grab hold of this. You just put commercials on television.
Yeah.
You hook up with Jack Daniels,
Yeah.
and you say, "Oh, I want a Jack and Tab."
Exactly.
Bring it back. You can bring it back.
It's a no-brainer.
It would cost Coca-Cola nothing.
nothing. They got more money than
I'm excited.
God.
All right, I don't like.
So
I don't
are you
like
having one?
I don't like JFK, but if I'm going to JFK, I'm having a Jack and
You're
Tab.
going. We're going.
I know because I have to, and I'm going to have a Jack and Tab, and I can't wait to say that to a bartender.
And if
I
you
want a
guys,
Jack and
if you
Tab.
guys want to meet us there, should I tell them? You don't want me to tell them the date that we're going to be there? They're not coming.
No one's fucking coming. You know I hate that, right?
Why? What?
Well, you remember we were in DC.
Oh, we were at that bar, and
we were at a
someone said,
bar.
"Hey, are you guys Dale and Scott?"
Yeah, I hate it. I've never ever want to be famous in my lifetime. Never.
If you guys are in the New York area,
Scott, on the other hand,
come out and
wants bright lights.
stalk Dale and Scott at the TWA Hotel at
Scott loves
JFK. I don't know if you guys know this, but you probably do because it's everywhere. F9 is out. If you guys don't know what F9 is, you're fucked. F9 is Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah.
The 9th episode of this friggin' trilogy.
Right,
Not
so
trilogy. It was supposed to be a trilogy.
What was a famous thing? You haven't seen F9, but you have.
Right. Yeah, because it's the same as all
That's
the
what
others.
Bill
Although
Mapp-
there's
Bill Maher said.
There's some amazing people in this, though. Vin Diesel, of course. John Cena, as you talked about last week on the show. Michelle Rodriguez, of course. Tyrese Gibson. Ludacris is in this.
Hey.
Jordana Brewster. She's been in it since the beginning. Helen Mirren is in this one. I don't think she's ever been in one of the others. Kurt Russell is in this, and Charlize Theron is in this. I mean, there's a bunch of really great people in this.
Makes me want to watch it.
The movie made over $70 million this past weekend domestically, which is the largest box office since Star Wars came out. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker back in 2019 before the pandemic. So this is the biggest movie since the pandemic. It's made over $405 million worldwide just in the last 4 days.
And somehow there's a car in space. I don't know.
Yes. The series, all 9 movies, have racked up more than $6 billion. So they're going to continue to make these movies. So get ready. F10 is coming.
Right.
I want to talk about this. So Harrison Ford, we love him to death. He is Indiana Jones. He is Han Solo.
The husband to Callista Flockhart.
That's right. He's also 78 years old. And the question is there a time when you should stop? Is there a time when you should just stop being Han Solo? Is there a time when you should stop being Indiana Jones? Because listen, I'm not an ageist, and I think that I can do whatever I want to do as long as I want to do it, right? Until I can't. But if you're 78 and you keep getting hurt on sets, maybe it's time to stop being Indiana Jones. So Harrison Ford got hurt really bad last week on the set of Indiana Jones 5, and they're working around him. Director James Mangold is actually shooting the whole fucking movie around the fact that Harrison Ford can't be there because he got hurt so bad doing a stunt. Should 78-year-olds be doing stunts, is my question.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
This also happened when Harrison Ford was filming Star Wars. He got hurt when he was on the Millennium Falcon, and he got hurt doing The Force Awakens.
And he also recently crashed a plane, so maybe he should just...
He's crashed a plane a couple times,
including
his helicopter.
He needs to just sit at home. I love Harrison Ford.
I love him.
Love him. But maybe just
stop
sit at
hurting
home.
yourself.
Just sit at home, relax, take your money, and go.
Or maybe let the stand-in or the
stunt double.
What do they call it? Stunt double? Do the heavy lifting. Anyway, we want Harrison Ford to be around for a long time. I don't know that we need Indiana Jones 5. I really don't. I didn't even watch 4.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I watched 3. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 were good.
Well, there were the three originals, right?
Right.
The fourth one with Shia LaBeouf was not great.
Right.
And the fact that they made a fifth one, I mean, maybe
they're making it now.
Even though maybe it wasn't great, but maybe it made enough money that they feel like they could do it again. I don't know. I feel like they should have stopped because...
Listen, it's all about money. You know that.
I get it.
Yeah.
No.
John Williams is back, though. I'm amazed that John Williams is still alive. He is scoring it. And John Williams has done all of the scores for all of the great movies. Star Wars.
Yeah, but he's not going to get hurt.
Everything. Yeah. No, he doesn't have to do... He doesn't have to do any stunts. Speaking of Star Wars, Mark Hamill this week Instagrammed over the weekend a really great Instagram, which kind of threw a lot of Star Wars devotees for a major loop.
Yeah,
because someone was questioning how many times Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker had to do that scene where Darth Vader cuts off his son's hand and then says, "Hey, Luke, I'm your father." Right? How many times do they have to do that? Because he's screaming the whole time. They're screaming at each other. And you'd think that your voice would get raw or whatever. Someone asked him that online. And he said, "Listen, dude, FYI, in that scene, nothing could be heard over the deafening roar of the wind machines. I spoke my lines based on Vader's gestures, unable to hear a word he said. Everything was dubbed in later in post-production." So everything that Vader and Mark Hamill, Luke said was done in post-production. It wasn't actually done on the scene when they were in that wind tunnel.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's something that people didn't know.
Right.
I mean, it's a piece of movie history, right?
Oh.
But it was all redubbed. A lot of things are redubbed. If you guys are
That's
watching
movie magic, man.
if you guys are watching your favorite movies and TV shows and you see people outside like on the beach or something.
I mean, we've also said this with the that zombie movie that we recently watched, the
Yeah.
Las Vegas thing, where whatchamacallit was cut because of Me Too,
Right.
and you just couldn't tell. You just couldn't tell. I mean,
Right.
I think that is awesome.
It
That
is really
awesome.
cool. You're talking about Army of the Dead, and they
Yes.
put Tig Notaro in there in replace of someone who was bad. Yeah, and they made it seamless.
You would have never known.
Right. But I'm talking about movies and TV shows that we see every day that
Right.
are outside and it's windy and it's loud
Yeah.
and stuff, and they film it and they do their lines, but then they go back in the studio and they redub their lines so
Right.
that it sounds better, and it's done all the time. And it's hard. It's hard work because you got to try to get your mouth exactly the same way as you did it the first time. It's not easy.
I love movies and TV.
Yeah. There's a new, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I know that I'm very excited about going to Vegas. Dale and I are going to Vegas in about 2.5 weeks. We're super excited about it. And one of the things that I want to do while we're there is go to Resorts World, which is this brand new resort.
I very much want
It's
to
a
go.
Hilton resort that's opened on the North Strip, which really needs it. Because North Strip needs it.
It does. No, I agree.
There's some dead zones up there.
There needs to be an anchor, and there never was
Right.
on the north side.
And
So
this
maybe
could
this
help-
could be it.
This could help Sahara.
I mean, there was the wind, but then the wind was going through some shit with Steve Wynn, and so maybe I'm all for this. I'm all for this.
No, it's all good. So we're going. There's
a new casino opening on the Strip is like a big fucking deal.
It's a big deal, and I can't wait to go see it. I want to
Big
go
deal.
there, and I want to go to Virgin.
Yeah.
But my whole point about this is that I want to go try to find this new secret place called the Here Kitty Kitty Vice Den. It's called the Here Kitty Kitty Vice Den. It's a secret speakeasy.
Okay.
It's not advertised. Just like that one at Cosmo, which we did find.
It's 24,000 square feet.
No, the whole food hall is 24,000
Oh,
square feet.
okay.
Here, Kitty Kitty Vice Den is only 800 square feet. It's this tiny little place.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm very excited about it. I want to find. This is why. Remember when we found the barbershop place
Yes.
at Cosmo?
Yes.
It's not hard. It's not easy to find these places, and a lot of the
No.
casinos have
No.
these
Right.
secret underground
They're fun.
speakeasies
They're fun.
that they
and I never fucking went to that
and
one.
no employee will tell you where they are.
Right.
You have to find it on your own.
And I never went to that one.
So
only
did
you.
go? Oh, I went with Marcinelli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to work that day.
Imagine that. That was probably the last day you ever worked.
Yeah, it was probably.
All right. So when we go to Vegas in 2.5 weeks, we're going to
check it out.
We're going to hear Kitty Kitty.
Here, kitty kitty vice den.
All right. Well, guys, we'll talk to you next week. I don't know why, but we're going to. I'm just reiterating what you said for the fans who might not understand what you're saying.
That was awesome.